Today is August 3rd, 2023, Thursday that is. And I am having, probably based on recent performance, kind of a subpar week. It's been a bit of a challenge to try to get to where I'm at. Entering today, I was at $1,130.30. But I know what I've had to deal with in order to get there. I've put in some long days, and I've had to put in a few extra miles. One thing that has somewhat emerged in recent weeks is the brokered opportunities, and that's what I kind of want to speak about, because the brokered opportunities are kind of similar to things that you see on the apps, like on Roadie, Dispatch, Curry. The thing is, when you accept orders or opportunities for less than what they probably should go, you're establishing a market that makes it difficult to make decent money. Everybody complains about these apps are fucking shit. Everybody complains about these apps don't pay worth a damn. But these apps can pay more if people were to really understand what really this is stuff that I talked about when I was doing primarily gig food delivery stuff on DoorDash, Grubhub, Uber Eats, and Instacart. You can't be thirsty and expect to make money. It doesn't work. It's like oil and water. The two don't mix. You got, what happens, you pour oil into water and you got these oil bubbles and you got the water and it's a mess. Case in point, this morning I missed out on two brokered opportunities. The first one was a trip from Dillon, South Carolina to Charlotte, North Carolina. I'd done that the previous 2 days, August 1st and August 2nd, and the amount was $225, or about $1.70 a mile. In fact, I talked with the broker yesterday about trying to set it up as a dedicated lane, and she says that it's kind of hard to do that with a sprinter cargo van person. But I explained her a couple of scenarios in which I'd encountered some loads that were taken back from me that I'd booked because they were actually dedicated routes for a driver. And so she recognized that, hey, it is possible to do that, but she said that she would try to put me in a situation where I may be able to get first grab at it, as opposed to having to fight among others on the load board. Well, the offer amount that I saw was $200. Immediately I got on the phone and I got in contact with a broker. And in the process of waiting for the broker to pull it up and all, someone that came in and had booked it at $200. I was trying to get $250 for it. I had explained to them that I had done this run 2 days in a row. It was at $225, but I'm trying to get $250. Someone comes in behind me, book it, because hey, first one hit it, first one get it. That's the way it is. It makes you, now the way it is explained to me is that you can't book something and then turn around and try to get the broker to get more money. When you book it and you get that rate confirmation sheet, you're locked in at that rate. The only changes that can occur, at least what I understand based on my limited experience, is that if all of a sudden the load has to be canceled, like what happened to me earlier this week, where in fact this actual brokered opportunity that I'm on, I showed up on Monday and the people told me that the shipment had not come in, and so I got what's called TANU money. So TANU, as you see here, that's the actual what TANU means, the acronym. I got $150 for just showing up. The load is paying $190. It's going 47 miles to a town called Andrews. I actually picked it up in North Charleston, South Carolina, or Charleston, South Carolina. So that's about an hour's drive, and I make $190. Well, anyway, so in the process of trying to help the market out by getting more money, and I'm gonna say it, some thirsty motherfucker comes in and booked it from up under me. I'd seen that opportunity come up a couple other times where I missed it, and then both of those couple other opportunities, the market had been set at $225. So if you go based on dollar per mile, you're talking 92, 130, about $1.70 per mile. Not nothing to jump up and down about, but it's respectable money. It's something that's plausible. Well, this morning I saw it come across at 200, and immediately I tried to get in contact with the broker who would put it out. Well, in the process of trying to get a hold of the broker, what you risk on a lot of these load boards is someone coming in and booking it from up under you. The thing is, you're dealing with seconds. You're not dealing with minutes. You're dealing with seconds when you're trying to book certain opportunities, because the first man hit it, first man gets it, or first woman hits it, first woman gets it. Now, I have been able, it's almost a situation where it has to be, the opportunity just has to be for you in order to get it when you try to negotiate for more money. Case in point, last week I had one from Latson, South Carolina, which is in the greater Charleston metropolitan area, to Greensboro. The initial offer was $250. I got it for $325. So I got then about $1.80 per mile on it, knowing that you're only going to get so much extra on an order, on an opportunity, but I got $75 more. And so when that opportunity came out again a few days later, of course I missed it because somebody come swooping in, but it was at $300. So it went from an initial offer from what I'd seen, $250 to $300. So you can say in that respect, I established a market for that run. At least it was offering $300. Then there was another opportunity that just showed up. It was a Charlotte run from Charlotte to Hickory, North Carolina. Now, Hickory is not, anyone who's familiar with Hickory, North Carolina, that's going up in the mountains. You got to go past Appalachian State or Boone, North Carolina, and it's just a fucking ugly drive. And you gotta drive through, drive to Gastonia and then go up. Well, anyway, that's like an hour's drive, and it showed for 200. I wanted 300 for it. Come to find out, my bid was rejected, but then I got supposedly a tendered offer, which is like one that was specifically for me. And so I tried to call the broker, the same broker that I spoke to with Dylan. Well, when I talked to her yesterday, the same broker. I tried to get 300 because it was showing at 276.50. Now you're thinking that, well, damn it, you should take it for 276.50, but I'm trying to get as much money as I can. Well, as it turned out, by the time she pulled it up, some thirsty motherfucker booked it for 200. I mean, you would say an hour's drive for $200. Hey, not bad, not bad. But you gotta understand, when you accept offers for lower than what you've been seeing, when a person accepts offers for lower than what they've been going for, or what you've been seeing, they are bringing down the market. This is why on the gig food delivery side and the rideshare side, why people are always bitching and complaining about not making any money or not seeing things worth their while, or that they're gonna go along with the fucking machinations by DoorDash, Grubhub, Uber Eats, Uber, and Lyft about, well, if you just accept more, you can make more. Hell fucking no, man. Why should you? Why should you? Well, with the Sprinter/cargo van thing, as with many of the last mile opportunities, when you don't allow things to go up, you're bringing down the market, because what happens is when they come back out again, it may come out for that same amount that you accepted for less, that thirsty fucker accepted for less, or even lower. That's what's happened on the dispatch app, why people are complaining that dispatch ain't shit, because thirsty people have gotten on, and it doesn't matter if they're driving a car or SUV or even a pickup truck or even a Sprinter/cargo van. It doesn't matter. Whoever's accepting the opportunity, a lot of people are accepting opportunities for less. And in the process of accepting for less, you're telling the algorithm that, hey, the market does not want to be paid. That's what you're doing. You're telling the algorithm that the market does not want to be paid, and so therefore you've established a lower market. The fact that you complain that you don't make any money, that's on you. That's on you. So the scenarios that I've shared is somewhat of a ad nauseum type subject, because you've got people like myself, you've got people like Uber Jeeps AZ, you've got other drivers out there who are trying to get people to understand that you don't have to accept everything that comes across your screen. You don't always have to accept at first sight. Now, what was explained to me with some of these brokered opportunities that I have looked into, they kind of watered down by saying the Sprinter/cargo van market is extremely competitive. But what they're saying is that it's fucking is hyper saturated, and you've got people who are here. You've got people who are out there trying to, they're trying to stay afloat, I suppose, but they're so fucking thirsty in the process, they'll take anything and everything that comes across. They'll take anything and everything. I mean, I've seen in some of my earlier segments of the Gig Geezer, I spoke of how people are accepting loads for less than 60 cents a mile. And there are people who try to explain to me that, hey, there may be people who are stacking opportunities as they're going to certain locations. And I get the stacking of opportunities, but hell, when I think of my gig food delivery stacking of opportunities, I didn't stack a $15 opportunity with a $5 opportunity. No, I tried to stack. If I was going to stack something, it was going to be damn close to what I'm already got. I'm trying to double my money as opposed to just adding on. Now, it's kind of the same. It's kind of the same mindset that you have to have when you're out here working the last mile apps like the Currys and the roadies and the dispatches. But my trying to explain that to anyone, if I were to walk up to a driver who had just accepted something for probably much less than what they probably should have, if I bring that to somebody's attention, they're probably gonna tell me to get the fuck out of their face, man. I'm trying to do me. I'm trying to put food on my fucking table and gas in my car. And you go mind your own fucking business, you old motherfucker. Well, you know what? You're right. If I got a problem with it, I need to stay in my lane, drink my water. If I got any fucking problems, take it to Jesus, okay? But I can't take it to Jesus for you about your fucking thirstiness. Your thirstiness is messing it up for everybody because you got it at that moment and that day. The potential problem is that the next time that same opportunity comes out, it may come out at an even lower number. And guess who's making the money? It's not you. It's the broker who's making the money, or it's the app company that's making more money because you've accepted it for less. You're not hurting the app company. You're helping them when you accept it for less. That's why when I see people do certain things, I often say that they're paying them to deliver it for nothing. You go on these, so it really frustrates me. I'm not, quite honestly, truth be said, I am not venting. What I'm trying to share with you is some actual facts. I'm trying to share with you actual scenarios that you hopefully can apply to your situation. I wish there was a better answer. I don't have all the answers. I've been doing the Sprinter/cargo van thing for 8 months, but I've been working gig apps since September 2016, and I understood long ago that I can't just accept everything. I realized that if I'm accepting these shit orders, I'm not making any money, and the only person that I can blame is myself. It's not the app companies, it's me, and so that's what I'm getting at. If you ain't making no money, It's because of look at what you're doing. Now, I'm not here to, in this particular situation, to pimp my walk and grab my Johnson. But if you look at the numbers that I have earned so far in 2023, I have earned over $57,000. It's August 3rd. I didn't make $57,000 except in orders paying 60 cents a mile, 75 cents a mile, 80 cents a mile. If you want to use those metrics, I didn't. Okay, you got to do a lot of a little in order to get to the type of money that I'm making. You asked me how I do it. I've been sharing with you how I'm doing it. Okay, but that's on you. That's on you. And so that's all I have to share for this segment of the Gig Geezer. Hopefully, if you like the content that I've provided in this segment or in any other segment, hit that subscribe button. Give my content a thumbs up. Share my content among others, and I definitely welcome your comments in the section below. I'm Inwood Lane, and as always, may your grind and may your hustle continue.